Welcome to the official YouTube channel for Santa J Claus. Be sure to subscribe for new content and comment below to introduce yourself. May the magic of Christmas brighten your days all year long.
Well, hello there, my friends. Hello there, and best wishes to each of you. I'm finally returned, my friends, from my adventures at VidCon, as they call it, in Baltimore of the United States. A wonderful time was had and enjoyed by all. In particularly myself, my friends. I had so very much fun, but I have missed you, missed the art live streamies. Here we are. Now, it has been a whirlwind last few days, and I've been rushing the entire time as I'm returning. It is always very hectic returning back to the workshop and finding either some things that were done perfectly according to plan and some things that maybe we need to make some adjustments. Well, here we are, my friends, the art live streaming. We're running a few minutes late, and I have not even had a chance to sketch something down yet. So I'm looking all around the desk trying to find something that would be wonderful to be able to sketch and draw and ink and paint and do all of those wonderful things as well. But I'm wishing you all good things. Bethany has joined in, our wonderful moderator. Hello, my favorite sugar cookies. Hello there, my friends, and best wishes to each of you. Parrothead has joined in. Daniel has joined in. Good morning, Santa. Well, good morning to you as well. Dalton has joined in. Hello from Florida. Wonderful, wonderful. A very warm time, very humid right now in the Florida, my friends. Happy Tuesday, everyone, says Brazen. Daniel, hello there. Wonderful. Everett has joined in. Yodelay-hoo. Wonderful. And is the live on TikTok too? Now, I must tell you, my friends, I have been in such a rush that the live streaming on the TikTok did not take place, which is why I'm running late. I could not find the little connector thing to hold up the little telephone, as they call it, or the cellular device of the smartphone. But we will find it soon enough on our next live streaming. But best wishes to all of those that have joined in. I'm very happy to see you. Now, I was looking around at all sorts of different things that I might be able to try, and I have spotted this little wonderful little item, a Christmas decoration. Now, these come, my friends, from Germany. Isn't it wonderful? And I thought this little one would make a wonderful little thing to draw. Very simple, but something that we could draw. Now, we can find them, if you see the large ones, here's a large one right here. We have some other large ones as well. Well, what happens on these, you might be able to spot. Here, they are typically much larger, and you will place candles around the edges. And as the candle is lit and the heat travels upward, my friends, well, the heat will push on the fan and turn it and spin it around. It's a wonderful thing. This is a Christmas decoration, as they as we have seen, come from the country of Germany, in particular into the forest regions of Germany, my friends, where they have all sorts of wonderful wooden creations, beautiful creations. So I'm going to try to set this up, my friends, in a way that I can see it and we can draw it. And I will try my very best. We're going to begin to sketch it first. Always a wonderful thing. And then once it is sketched, well, then we can ink it and then we can paint it. A wonderful, delightful thing. This is also an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have, my friends. Hello there, what's up? Well, everything is up, my friends. The sky, the moon, the stars. Hello there from Ohio. Wonderful to see you, my friends. You are funny. Well, I try to be humorous, my friends. I think that the heart needs humor, a very important thing. Hello there, my mom went Christmas shopping and she got a lot of Christmas decorations. It is certainly the time. I've seen Christmas decorations showing up all around the world. A very exciting time. give you cookies. Wonderful, wonderful. I love cookies. A wonderful thing. I can't stay on for long. I got to get going. Bye, everyone. Well, Zachary, I'm so very happy that you are here and wish you all good things indeed. Hello there, my friends. Hello there, Santa Sir. Well, Hilbert, I see you there, and best wishes to each of you. So, a very important thing is I'm going to be sketching this. I want to try to draw in my proportions, and I'm going to do it rather quickly. I can hold it here, I can hold it here, but I'm going to try to get a good view of where it might be. The important thing is that I'm going to be drawing it like it's sitting on a table, so we want to be slightly above it, that we can see all of the different parts to it. It will be a wonderful thing. But I must tell you, my friends, I typically am certainly not sketching on the live stream because it can take so very long. But I will try my very best. Here we are, my friends. I'm going to sketch it out. The very top part of the fan is certainly the widest part. We're going to create everything based on the width of this. I think it will be good. We have our center spot. And there's a nice little knob on there. And it's interesting when we are sketching, we have to try so very hard not to sketch what our mind is seeing, but what our eyes are seeing. This is a very important thing in sketching. I'm doing very light little sketches. It does not need to be perfect. None of this needs to be perfect, my friends. We are going to be doing the very best that we possibly can. And an opportunity for you all to be able to ask any questions that you might have. Hello there, Santa. Well, look at the little cookie emoji, Jessica. Best wishes to you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing quite well. As I mentioned as we first began today, well, it was a wonderful time. I was able to journey to Baltimore, Maryland of the United States for something called VidCon. It was a wonderful time to be able to visit with creators of social media content and people that work with social medias all around the world. It was a wonderful opportunity. Wonderful indeed. Well, here we have our fan that has been built. And this fan has a little bottom to it. And if we need to refine it, my friends, we will certainly refine it. And this is going to go all the way to the outer edge of where that fan is. And I said before, actually not quite as far as we might think. All the way down. Wonderful. Now this top one here, I'm being very light on the sketching. Hopefully you can see the sketching, my friends. As I said before, this is not something that I am normally needing to do on this because I've had the time to already sketch it out where we can begin the inking process in the very beginning. But I think this is also very good to see as well. So this is why I was thinking maybe Today is not the day for a live stream. Maybe we would just cancel the live stream. I have not had enough time to prepare for the live stream. But I have missed all of you so very much, my friends, that we must be able to try to figure it out. Now, there's a little rod that goes all the way down through the center. And stops about right there. Sorry I'm late. Well, no, you're not late. You have arrived perfectly on time, and I'm so very happy that you're here. Usually modding from my house, but needing, well, Bethany is so very busy. Hello there, my friends. I'm watching it on my MacBook with Elf on the Shelf, Arctic Fox Club Sparkle. Oh, wonderful. How very exciting, my friends. We will try our very best. My friends, can you hear Coco snoring? She's snoring so very much. I will tell you, when I arrived back home, Coco was so very excited to see me return. She was jumping up and down, and she normally does not do that sort of thing, but she was very excited to see me come home. Now, I will tell you that Coco, or Holly, certainly was not rather bothered by my return. Now, I was thinking this was quite round, but now that I look at it, it has a little bit of a little curve to it as well. So we're going to draw these little lines in here and put in the little curve. And it has a curve over here too, but there will be other things in the way that we will probably not really see this curve on the back end. But right now, in just the way that I'm thinking, we will put them on there. And there's two little feet on the bottom. As soon as I am done, my friends, putting this all together, then I will show you what I'm looking at. So this one here is going to go all the way around here. Wonderful. On the very center we have our tree. And all of these things I'm going to go through, and we will be able to adjust them, get the sketch just right, and then we will be able to ink it. We have to think there's a rod that goes all the way through the center. We want all of this to match. This is a little Christmas tree. And this Christmas tree, I'm noticing, does not have the normal shape of a Christmas tree, but I'm going to put a normal shape on there. I'm going to make the base just a little larger, and then progressively smaller as we get to the bottom. There we are. We have our Christmas tree there. Now right next to the Christmas tree are a few little wooden presents. Wonderful. And I'm going to move this just slightly. Because there's a spot in here. Let's just see if I can find it. You know what? I'm going to take the presents out because I've moved it around and I would rather draw what I'm seeing now. So we have here a little reindeer. And this, my friends, this is where I'm trying very hard not to draw what my brain is seeing, thinking of what it could be, and just drawing what I am seeing with my eyes. Very simple little shapes. And we will try to refine this one as best we can. Wonderful. Now here we have myself. Isn't it wonderful? With little shoes in the bottom. Wonderful. I think we've done it. The other thing that I'm noticing is there are little stars all along here. All along these little moments here. We will do a better job when we ink them, but we want to get it there. There we are. Hello there, my friends. I would love for you to draw Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, I will tell you, my friends, there's a little idea. There is an opportunity that when we do our very next Christmas character series, it will be Mr. Jack Skellington. I think this was the idea that was next. Now, in drawing this, it drew a little longer than I had expected. So if I were to sketch it out, well, I probably would have moved this and centered it up just a little bit more. But we're going to try our very best. I'm going to put a little background in there as well, like it's sitting on something. Hello there, my friend. Santa does an amazing job with them. You're so very kind, my friend. Santa's drawings and paintings are going to be amazing as always. Hoping your shower blessings upon us, Santa, sir. Well, I'm so very excited for all of you to see what we've been working on. It's been such a very exciting time. The sketch looks great. Well, Bethany, you're so very kind. So very kind. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and use our zebra brush pen. This is a fine point, my friends, to go through and work on our inking. Now, I have not refined a lot of this, so it might be a little bit rough, but we will try our very, very best. It is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to practice things that might not be the strength, right, of what we do. This is something that I'm always trying to remind myself that oftentimes, well, we truly, truly must be able to get outside of our comfort zone as well. Always a good thing. And here we're going to be drawing our fan. And it does not need to be perfect, my friends. We want to be able to convey what it is, but it is through art. all through art. If we wanted it to be perfect, to perfectly represent what it is, well, do you know what we would do? We would probably take a picture. And I will say, I've seen very many times that even, my friends, even on the camera, things do not truly appear as my eyes have seen them. So even our eyes can trick us, my friends. Well, my hand is a little bit shaky. Let's turn this one around and make it a little easier on the movement of my wrist. It will smooth it out just a little bit. There we are. Wonderful. Now here, as we mentioned, there's a slight little curve and a slight little curve over here as well. And this is something, my friends, if you're ever thinking of not having something to draw, well, look around you. It does not need to be something that is amazing and wonderful and causes all sorts of things. It could be something as simple as a pencil, right? I think this is something that we have learned from Mr. Scott Sava, to draw everything, draw anything, draw what you see. This is all wonderful to do. Wonderful. Here we're going to put those little stars. Little stars there. I'm going to just a little bit more along in here as well. Wonderful. Mr. Scott Sava has joined in. His ears were ringing as we were speaking of him. Hello there, my friends. Crazy for Christmas, Santa. I have already wrote my letter. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I will tell you, my friends, send it in November. A wonderful time. I would keep your eyes open. Oftentimes, the letters, I will see letters come in and arrive, and then as we get a little closer to Christmas, I will see little updates to the letters arrive as well, as individuals have spotted something else they would love to add to the list. So I think waiting until November is a good time. You could even wait until the very beginning of December to be able to do this. Now here I'm going to be drawing our little reindeer. If I can make it work. To stay put. There we are. Our little reindeer here. Wonderful. Now you see that I'm making the one line a little thicker as this is a three-dimensional object, a little wooden object. And here we have wonderful. We're going to finish our Christmas tree as well. Wonderful. I think we're there, my friends. We can then begin. Wonderful. So here's what we have. Our wonderful little wooden German pyramid. Isn't it wonderful? Now this is a miniature version, but when they're much larger and they spin with the heat of a candle, well then the fan and the top will move around as well. Isn't it wonderful? A wonderful Christmas decoration from Germany, and one that I have collected for many, many years. You can spot some of them, my friends, spot some of them in the back. Do you see the large one that is right here? Goes all the way up to the very tippy top. We have some more as well. Let me see if I can find one to be able to show you a little closer. Well, we have one right behind me as well. You can always spot them, my friends. Isn't it wonderful? Let us see here. Well, this is a larger version, one very similar. Isn't it wonderful? Now, when you put on, now Mrs. Claus is going to be so grumpy that I'm putting something on that needed to be dusted. She's going to say, Santa, you did not clean things. Well, here we have where we will place the candles, and as the heat of the candle moves up, it will move the fan, and in turn, my friends, it will move our scene. Do you see the wonderful little Christmas scene? All of the toys being created at the workshop, and there I am delivering the gifts right underneath the tree. Isn't it wonderful? It's a wonderful little thing. Well, these are very, very important in Germany. This is where this decoration has come from. Well, here we are, my friends. We have our miniature, and we're going to now begin to paint it. I'm going to try to keep it nearby. Let's erase our pencil marks that we made. Wonderful. Well, Miss Donna is here as well. Wonderful, wonderful. Went to Christmas market in Berlin and saw a giant one of these. Certainly, my friends, if you are enjoying the wonderful Christmas markets, and I was thinking about possibly going and filming some content at some German markets early in December this year. If not this year, we will do it next year, my friends. so that you can see all of the things. It's such a busy time. But the beautiful Christmas markets of Germany and throughout Europe, well, oftentimes you will see a giant German pyramid, a giant one, my friends, for all to enjoy, spotted in the center of the market. A wonderful, delightful thing. And I have just realized that I have forgot to put something out that is so very important, my friends. We need our cups of water for watercolor. This is how it works. But we will do our best. Have you been able to tell, my friends, that I've been running frantic all day? Well, what a wonderful time. But it was so very important for me not to cancel our live streaming today. So we will deal with some of the technical difficulties. We will try our very best. Wonderful. Well, the very first thing I'm going to begin is we're going to paint all of the wood. Do you see all the wood that we have here? What does it say? Santa, will you be using watercolors again? This one right here today is watercolors. Watercolor paint. And the type of paint that I use is from a company called Schminke from Germany. But I use a few other colors as well. There are wonderful, wonderful companies creating for paint supplies. Well, my goodness, hopefully you've seen some of the videos that I have been posting of my journey, but I have some more videos to do. I had the opportunity to visit the United States National Aquarium this week. And we were able to film quite a few things. Do you know what I even was able to do, my friends? I was able to pet a jellyfish. My goodness, petting a jellyfish is not something that I had on my list. But it was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Now, this is something that in getting everything prepared and ready early is, I'm hoping that this is going to work today. Blow dryer, my friend. Wonderful. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be adding a little bit more wood. I believe that I have just inhaled a little piece of dust. Wonderful. So now what we're going to do, my friends, is I'm going to be painting here just a little bit here of some wooden stripes. You'll notice that this is wood and we want to be able to show it off. And so we're going to see the little grains of the wood through it. And here I'm going to darken it up just a bit, but we do not want to darken it up too much. We're going to do it on this one as well, but we're going to do it in a different direction. Wonderful. Can you please tell us what colors you're using? Well, Miss Donna, my goodness. You are confusing me with Mr. Scott, who has all of the names of the colors. Well, for me, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the colors themselves. Well, this one has a little bit of brown in it, a little bit of tan in it, a little bit of yellow in it, and I have quickly mixed it all up. Now the little grains of the wood, I have then added a little bit more of the brown. And I have mixed up just a little section here, putting it all together. I have never focused on the color names. Oftentimes with the Schminke as well, well, they have all sorts of wonderful names in German. But I will tell you this one here. This is the one that I always know, because it's one that Mr. Scott is always talking about as well. Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray. If I'm using Payne's Gray, it's from Winsor and Newton, and I will always name it out. So here we have all sorts of different colors that I've mixed together, my friends, to create a light wooden tone. Now, I've tried my very best. The big thing is mixing colors and then learning on what might work. And sometimes I mix a color that I do not like. It's not quite exactly what I'm looking for. Sometimes it does quite well. So here's the color that I'm trying to match. Do you see the colors that I'm trying to match? And we can see here, my friends, some of the grains of the wood that we see. So I'm going to go through, now that we've dried it, I'm going to add just one more little darker version of our wood. So here we have this little bit of, this is a little bit of a light tan and a little darker brown as well. It does not take much. So here I've used just a little bit extra, and I might have gone overboard. Now this one here, this light brown, has quite a bit of yellow in it as well. And if I was what you might call the professional artist, I would be good enough to be able to tell you all of the colors. But I just look at them and find out which ones I might like to use. What might create the color that I'm looking for. Now this is something on these lines here. It might be something that I could have also used the ink to do, but they would have certainly been very dark. And I think this one will be a better a better fit. Now we're also going to be adding some shadows with all of this as well. But I'm wanting to add just a little bit of those lines. The other thing that works well with wood grain is you could even splatter it a little bit with different colors. And when you first put the watercolor down, well, it's always going to lighten up just a little bit. So we could go through here and we could put some little flecks and sparkles and little moments in the wood to create some texture. And they will dry up. You'll see them gently here and there, just to give us our wood texture. And remember, what is our number one rule, my friends? It does not need to be perfect. I am trying, as you are going through and practicing and trying new things, well, I'm trying them as well. Always a wonderful thing. Yeah, I love to see your palette. Wonderful. It is a wonderful palette. As I said, this is from Schminke. It has all sorts of wonderful colors in it. Now, I certainly have my favorites. You can see the colors that I have used more of. We also have some metallics that I do not use quite a bit of. We have some silvers and some golds. I'm going to use a little gold today as the little stars on our German wooden pyramid. So these little stars right here are gold. So I'm going to paint with I'm going to mix just a little bit of a golden tone, and then I'm going to put the shimmering metallic over the top. And I can show you sort of the process, my friends. I'm not worrying about the color that's right here. This is not very important. We can clean a little spot up, and if there's a little paint there, that's quite all right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a little bit of yellow, and I'm going to give us a little bit of orange. And if I need, I can put in a little bit of brown as well. And through this, my friends, we're able to mix in a more golden tone. It does not take much. And here we have our little gold stars. Now, towards the end, when I'm finishing things up, I will also put a little bit of a metallic moment in there as well. All sorts of wonderful. The other thing too, my friends, I can water down the gold color. Maybe add in just a little bit more yellow. And I can create some little highlight moments here in the wood. Just some little moments here to lighten things up. And the wonderful thing is when we're creating, well, there's so very many tones involved. So very many tones. So something that you might think is one way, if you look a little bit closer, well, there's all sorts of colors hiding in it. This is something that I loved in watching Mr. Scott Sava paint. And he's painting a portrait. And you see Mr. Scott use blue on someone's face. Well, you do not think, the brain does not think that there is blue in the face. But there are certainly blues. There's all sorts of wonderful, beautiful colors in the human face. This is something that we can see. So I am adding in just that little bit of a golden tone within the wood as well. And this I'm giving it a little extra different tone because that piece of wood there is from a different tree than the rest of it. All sorts of wonderful things. You get to be creative, my friends. It is so very important. There are no rules, and it does not need to be perfect. We are trying here and there, and you might try something that does not quite work, and you can back up a little bit and try it in a different direction. A very important thing that we're always trying, and this is how we learn. This is how we might even find something to be a beautiful mistake that we would never have made if we had not tried something. So very important. Well, I'm going to go through now and I'm going to paint some of the other things that we have here. We have our little reindeer here. And I'm looking on the reindeer and it certainly looks very similar, a little darker though. A darker brown for the base of the tree. Also, I'm just going to do a quick little darker, kind of a watered down black for this rod that goes down the center. And we certainly have our green. I'm using a darker green to paint through our tree. But I'm going to go through it with a lighter green as well in some of the highlighted areas. Something that you can do as well, if you're needing to remove something, well, you use a little cloth. See here how quickly I was able to put in a whole line of accent there. Now I can come through with a lighter green, mixing in our tone, and I can put in another green right on the edge. There's so very many little things. I can even go back, my friends, and maybe on the very, very edge, we're pulling some more of the color there. There's so very many ways to approach it that it does not need to be perfect. Here we're going to go through and paint the red of my suit. Now I'm going to use a little bit of that red and a little bit of the brown that I had there. We're going to add in just a little bit more of the tan with the yellow. And I'm going to water it down. And once I water it down, it's going to give us a wonderful little skin tone. You see our little skin tone that we've put on there? A wonderful thing. I'm also going to go back to our browns, and I'm going to add in just a little bit on the piece of wood there. Now I'm going to go into the greens. And I'm changing our green tone just a little bit. I'm adding in a little bit more of a turquoise green in there as well, just so there's a little bit of a contrast between the tree. I'm going to paint this little glove that's right there. Okay, blow dryer. Wonderful. Now, I'm not one to love to see white just left alone. White oftentimes is not left alone. So I'm going to add in just a tiny little bit of blue. And we're going to lightly put in just a little bit of blue on this white that's sitting here. We can add some highlights in later, but I want to bring down the white just a bit. Now your very brightest of highlights, where the light might be shining and hitting on something, well, this would be a pure white, but this does not have pure white on it. You can even see when you're looking at something, my friends, there's nothing that is so very shiny that we would see a pure white on this. Do you see how it's there? There's nothing there that is giving us a color that is pure brightness in our highlight. There are some tones to find, but we can do all of it with color. Mr. Scott, thank you very much for your kindness. You're so very kind in your words. Well, this is the time that I'm going to paint a little bit of background as well. I'm thinking that I'm wanting to do a little bit of blue in the background of this. We will try our very best. And let me blow dry this just to make sure that all of this is dry. With our peppermint blow dryer, I'm going to go through and water this down. And today is a little different as I've been running a little bit late, but I'm not using two things of water today. So I'm having to be very careful that it's not too dirty. Here we're adding in just a little bit of water. This will help our paint move just a little bit. Just dampening it up just a bit. Now we don't need to go all the way to the edge. We can do this with the paint itself, but we want to have this one be able to move. And I don't know if you can see the shine of it to be able to spot where the water's been, but when you're at home, my friends, you will be able to see the difference of where the water is, where the water is not. It will help you out. Wonderful. So now that we're there, now we can then start to bring in our blues. You see how very quickly it all moved in? All the blue just sort of jumped right where it needed to be. This is a wonderful thing when we are using a little bit of water to help guide the paint where it needs to go. I'm darkening this up just a little as we want it to blend, and I'm noticing the other side was a little darker. The blue was a little more intense. Wonderful. So here we are. We're going to go through all the way to the edge, and then we're quickly going to try to move in our paint where it needs to be. Now, as I'm doing this, my friends, I want you to be thinking, what should we paint the base? What is the color of the shelf that it's sitting on? What color should we paint it? What would look good with our blue background and the color of our subject of the German pyramid, the Christmas pyramid? Oftentimes you will see the traditional pyramids of Germany, well, they will also include a nativity or an Advent image. the story that many people have celebrated Christmas for. You'll spot lots of different religious imagery as well in a German pyramid. Now I'm not worried about it all being perfectly one tone. We can have a little darker tone here and there just to give it some extra texture, but we want it to be overall working really well. This side has already dried quite a bit, so we have to work fast. Now when you're painting, not always are you able to turn things upside down, but when you can and it helps, well, I would say certainly do it. Wonderful. We're getting there, my friends. We're getting there. Blow dryer. Beautiful job, Santa. I love it. Thank you very much, Jessica. Miss Donna, thank you for your kind comment as well. I have a question. Is it okay to send Christmas letter to your P.O. box? You certainly can send to the P.O. box. I will tell you that there are magical ways to send your letter, whether you're using a scout elf or... We have placed very special mailboxes all around the world, my friends. If you find a mailbox to be able to mail it to, it will arrive very, very quickly. But if you're mailing your letter early and you do not mind it getting here early, or getting it here a little bit later, you can mail it to the P.O. Box, the social media P.O. Box. This one is our Arctic Circle transfer address, as they call it. And it will eventually get it here. It has a little bit of a longer journey, but it will get here as well. So what have we thought? What color should we place our base of all of this? What would work well with the blue? What would work well with the colors we have in our German pyramid? What do you think, my friends? What is the consensus? I'm feeling blue right now. Well, look at all of the blue, my friends. How can you not? But my friend, I'm sending you all of my best wishes. I truly, sometimes people will ask me, Santa, how are you able to be so happy all of the time? Well, I will tell you that it is not all of the time. There are certainly days that I might feel a little bit of sadness within my heart. Sometimes there are days that I might feel a little bit of anxiety or nervousness or trepidation or excitement or all sorts of wonderful emotions, my friends. They're all very important. They all work together in life. And sometimes those sad feelings that we might have, well, they are telling us something as well, that we care, that things are important to us, that we have loved ones. There are all sorts of wonderful reasons of why sadness is such a very important emotion. And for those young ones, if you're feeling sadness all of the time, or if it just does not seem to go away, I hope that you will talk to your grown-ups about this. It's a very important thing. We do not want sadness to be around forever, but certainly sadness at times is a good thing as well. It allows us to appreciate and allows us to truly listen to our heart. This is a very important thing. So do not be mistaken in thinking that just because my middle name is Jolly, that I am jolly all of the time. It is not the case. But there are wonderful times to be able to experience life, even with a little sadness at times. But I'm sending you all of my best wishes. All of my best wishes. I'm terrible with colors, says Miss Donna. Well, Head Dumbledore fan, I promise within a couple months you'll barely think about it anymore. Wonderful. I disagree. You are far better than you give yourself credit for. It's just hard because I've never broken up with anyone before. Oh my goodness. Well, breakups can be a challenge, my friends. They can be a challenge, but they are oftentimes the reminder that our heart can care and our heart can love. And these things do pass, my friends. Well, what am I going to do? Hello there, Mr. Claus. Well, hello there, my friend, and best wishes. Beautiful job. Well, we must make a decision, and I'm thinking that I'm going to go. My goodness, what shall we do? I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with an orange. That we have all sorts of wonderful colors in our piece of art. This is the color that we're going to do. This is the time where you say, Santa, you made a giant mistake. It should never have been orange. But it is what it is. I'm thinking it might be quite fun to have lots of different colors. All of these colors are so beautiful. I have oftentimes people will say, Santa, what is your favorite color? Many people might think that it would be red. Well, I certainly love red. Red is a beautiful color. But I love all of the colors. They all have a very important purpose. There's so very many things that I love in each and every color. It is such a wonderful thing. Just as humanity, my friends, we're all different colors. And what a beautiful thing this is, that we can all appreciate each other and love each other. This is wonderful. Well, I see here that I went outside the box, my friends. I definitely went outside the box. Blow dryer. Wonderful. I'm going to go through here and with just a little bit of water, I'm going to see if I can grab a little stronger brush. And we're going to lift up a little bit of this orange right here. Right there. Do you see this right here, my friends? There was a little mistake and the orange went into the blue of the background. Well, we were able to fix it. And we can place a little bit more blue just right along the edge. Does not need to be perfect, but sometimes when we make little mistakes here and there, well, we can certainly fix it. I'm also going to be putting in a little bit more green, a little brighter green, just along this edge here. Just to give us a little bit more color. And the other thing that I'm noticing is I think I'm going to darken up and give us a little bit of background color here as well. I'm going to create just give us a little bit of color here and there. Just gives us a little bit of extra. Just a little color here and there. And blow dryer. I'm going to go through and make a darker orange as well. And blow dryer. Wonderful. Next on the list, my friends, we're going to quickly go through and give us some shadows. I'm going to make sure that this is truly, truly dry before we do such a thing. Our shadows today, as I can show you, I'm going to be using a purple that I love to use. We're going to give it some water and activate this purple. Do you see all of the purple? I'm also going to go through with this darker blue and mix this one together as well. And this right here is the color that I most often like to use in my shadows. If I'm creating shadows for something like snow, then I'm going to be erring just a little bit more on the blue side. But here we are. And now it begins to be a thought of, where are the shadows? Where are the shadows? Well, I'm going to put some shadows right along in here, underneath all of this. And do you know what? I'm going to mix this, concentrate the colors just a little bit more, that we truly have a good shadow. I'm going to put through here in each of these as well. We're going to put a shadow there, and we will find some shadows along in here as well. All along in here, and I'm going to bring the shadow just a little bit more underneath as well. Also, this is going to be shadow, this is going to be shadow, little shadows in here and here, and then underneath. And then I'm also going to do our shadows on the actual orange. We're going to do some shadows along in here. I will put some shadows right on the center edge as well. And along in here. Now, I also mentioned, my friends, that I would be putting in a little bit of a metallic gold. A metallic gold on our stars. I'm going to do this just very quickly. And it will not be something that you will spot, but as I've already mentioned, most of these paintings are going to be given to you in raffles. So you might be able to win this painting, and you will spot it. If you see it in person, you will spot all of the gold that's shimmering along. Wonderful. Let us blow dry this. I'm going to go through and I'm going to darken up our main lines here, just on the outer edge. Well, this was, my friends, a very interesting art live streamy. We started with no idea what to do, found something sitting on the desk, and here we are with our idea. Almost a completed painting. I hope that you've all enjoyed it. I look forward to our next live stream. We're going to do our Christmas character. And this one will be fun. There we are. Let us give it a few highlights. I'm going to do just a few little highlights here in the wood as well. We'll highlight this little top area. Wonderful. Well, there we are, my friends. We've done it once again. It's signed, Santa. Let's do our tape peel. I believe I hear little Coco snoring at your feet, Santa. She's been snoring all day. I will tell you, Miss Donna, that Coco was so very excited to see me return home after a few days away. She was certainly so very excited. And her eyebrows are lifting up as she hears her name. She's thinking, am I going to get something yummy out of this? Drawing from things in real life. I love it. Something very quick, grabbing something that we see and putting it all together. I'm going to also just put a little bit of extra little there. Wonderful. Do you know what I'm going to, just on this outer edge, put in just a little bit of white as well. Well, my friends, there we have it. Our German pyramid, our miniature little German pyramid. There it is. There's our wonderful little German pyramid. How did we do? Hopefully we did a good job. I hope that you enjoy it. I'm sending you all of my best wishes. Certainly, I'm so very happy that you're able to join in. Here it is, my friends. We have finished the wonderful piece of art. I send you all of my best wishes. I truly missed you this past week as I was not able to be here for the live streaming, but I'm grateful that I could be here with you now. I send you my very, very best. We have arrived to October. We are just moments away from the Christmas season, a very exciting time. I send you my best wishes from my heart to yours. May your day be filled with joy and happiness and kindness and goodness and all good things, all good things. From the bottom of my heart, my friends, I remind each of you that you truly, truly are a special individual. I look at things as toys, and if we look at the stores, what do the stores say on special things? They call them limited editions. They call them special editions. But there's something that is even more important than all of that. That is one of a kind. My friends, each of you are one of a kind. There's no one in this world that is quite exactly like you, and I appreciate you. I am proud of you, and I send you all of my love. May you have a wonderful day. May you stay out of trouble. And may we keep our eyes open for individuals within our own lives, even if it means that we're looking in the mirror and reminding these individuals that they matter, that they belong, and that they are good enough. My friends, I love you, and I will see you soon on the next live streamy. We'll see you soon, my friends.